My sweet small girl had a bad day at school today. Someone hurt her feelings. Now, normally not so big of a deal, right? I just talked to her. Normally I would give her a great big hug and we'd sit and we'd talk through it, but since I am at the moment traveling, we had to have that conversation over the phone, and as a mom, that breaks your heart into little bitty pieces. Now, traveling for my family and I, sometimes it happens. My husband travels occasionally, I travel occasionally, and we try to come up with whatever it is that makes the whole traveling process as easy as possible on everyone. You see, when I was single or before I had kids, travel was nothing but fun and exhilarating and exciting and an adventure. And now there is definitely a portion of an adventure to it. I still love to travel, but being away from my kids is harder, and they have a harder time with me being away sometimes. We adjust to it pretty well, but we've managed to come up with a few things that seem to work for us. Number one, I leave a small piece of me with them, and they send a small piece of them with me. So I have a pillow pet. I have a pillow pet that I travel with. My daughter gave this to me, and he comes with me on every single vacation. I have two things that I normally sleep with every night. I do, in fact, sleep with a teddy bear, and I sleep with an extra blanket. In my house, we call it a bit because it was my daughter's first word. Instead of blanket, she said bit, so blankets in our house are called bits. And my children each take one or the other. One of them will sleep with my bit, one of them will sleep with my teddy bear, and then they will swap. We also try to Skype a lot. Now, I have a good friend who I have traveled with quite a bit, and she can't Skype with her daughter because it makes the two of them too sad. So I've found that one of the best things that you can do when you are traveling and you're away from your kids is listen to them and figure out what it is they need from you. Sometimes my kids want to talk to me desperately on the phone. Sometimes they want to have a 30-second conversation with me. Is there anything you do that makes being away from your kids? Maybe the first time you had to drop them off at school and you had that separation anxiety. How do you deal with separation from your kids, whether it's traveling or even in small doses? What tips do you have?